Clothing. It is material, textiles, and fiber used as cover body. Clothing is a basic necessity. Human. Other than food and shelter. House. Human. We need clothes to protect and cover ourselves. However, along with the development life, human clothing is also used as symbol status, position of someone who wears it. The type of clothing depends on custom habits and culture who have their own characteristics. Clothing also increases safety during dangerous activities such as hiking and cooking, providing a barrier between skin and environment. Clothing also provides a barrier. Hygienic, keep toxins from the body and limit transmission germs. Function. It's one of the main purposes of clothing is to keep the wearer comfortable. In hot climates, clothing provides protection from burning rays, the sun or other impacts, while in the climate cold nature thermal insulation generally more important. Clothing protects invisible parts of the body. Clothing acts as protection from damaging elements, including rain, snow and wind or conditions the weather other, as well as from the sun. Clothing also reduces the level of risk during activities such as work or sports. Clothing is sometimes worn as protection from certain environmental hazards such as insects, chemicals, dangerous weapons, sand, contact with abrasive substance. On the contrary, clothing can protect the environment from wearers of clothing such as wearing a mask. In most cultures, the difference in clothing between the two sexes is considered appropriate for men and women. A difference in style, color and cloth. In Western society, skirt, dress, and shoes, high heels are usually seen as women's clothing, while tie-it is usually seen as a man's clothing. Pants. It was once seen as a men's only outfit, but is currently worn by both sexes. Men's clothing is sometimes more practical than women's clothing, i.e., they can function well in a wide variety of situations, but women's clothing is sometimes more extensive in terms of models than men's clothing. Men are usually allowed to be bare-chested in various public places such as in swimming pools. Women are usually allowed to wear men's clothing. But on the contrary, men who wear women's clothing are often considered strange. In some cultures, laws govern what men and women are required to wear. Islam requires women to wear simpler forms of clothing, usually hijab. What qualifies as simple varies in different societies, but women are usually required to cover their bodies more than men. The clothing budget is worn by women Muslim for the purpose of the range of simplicity of the hijab to the burqa. Men can sometimes choose to wear men's skirts like tojal or kilt, especially on events ceremonial. Such clothing was often worn as normal, everyday clothing with men. Compared to men's clothing, women's clothing tends to be attractive, often meant to show to men. In the country's modern industry, women are more likely to wear makeup, jewelry. Women's culture is protected from the gaze of men with simple clothing. Status. Socialites. In some societies, clothing can be used to show the level or status. In ancient Rome, for example, only the senator who are allowed to wear dyed clothes in color. Tyrian purpline. China. Before the establishment of the Republic, Emperor, you can wear colored clothes. Yellow. In this lawless society, which covers most modern societies, social status is not characterized by the purchase of rare or luxurious goods that are limited by costs to those with wealth or status. Religion. Edicts. Religious clothing may be considered special clothing. Religious clothing is sometimes worn only during religious ceremonies. However, it can also be used daily as a marker of special religious status. Material. Edicts. At first, humans used tree skins and animal skins as clothing materials, then used threads spun from cotton, sheep's fur and silk, which then used cloth as the basic material of clothing. There are now various types of fabrics, including cotton. Marie cotton, the material in weaving with a simple weaving system usually used in fabric making, the batik and so on. Cardboard cotton. Knitted fibers are less smooth and the appearance of the material is less flat. Chiron cotton, a combination of 35% cotton and 65% polyester. Viscose cotton, a mixture of 55% and 45% cotton. Viscose. Animal furred skin of simic linen and polyester. Toron rayon silk. It is a natural protein fiber that can be woven into textiles. The most common type of silk is derived from the cocoon-produced larvae. The mulberry silk caterpillar is raised. Silk has a smooth, soft, but not slippery texture. The spandex wool. The combination of nylon, polyester and spandex produces good materials for sportsmen or someone who has high activity because it is made to evaporate sweat to keep it dry so that it can optimize the temperature of the body when doing its activities. Then the user can move more efficiently and better. Materials like this are often found in famous brands such as Nike, with the name Dre. Fifth material used by Nike has 62% cotton, 34% polyester, and 4% spandex. 1.
Melayani.